Welcome back, AHS. I'm Kylie Douglas.
And I'm Carly Collins.
And this is The Res.
This is our senior episode.
Our last episode.
It's been a crazy and fun 4 years of high school.
It really flew by, and while times have been memorable, it's time to move on to a new chapter in our lives.
Some of us are going to college, others are jumping right into their career, and others are still undecided.
But for all you underclassmen, this episode just means that school is about to end and summer is here.
My favorite high school moment will have to be harassing Mr. Neary every day for the past 2 years.
Mine would have to be when we made history in softball this year by becoming by-district champions. I am sure going to miss my team and my coaches.
Cameron, didn't you ask the seniors what their favorite high school memory was?
This week was my last week going around with the A-Walking crew, and here are some of your answers.
My favorite high school moment is when I was doing donuts in the parking lot.
Probably be the riot we had that Coach Rose started.
When the Alvarado cross-country boys tied for first place at the state cross-country meet.
I don't know. Climbing over a 12-foot bookshelf just to get somebody $5.
Leaving this school every day.
When we beat Brownwood.
Meeting Coondog for the very first time in athletics and hearing what he has to say about all the coaches. That right there is the best memory I ever had of high school.
My favorite memory was my freshman year when I was wandering around Waco for several hours, finally making it back to the convention center and everyone telling me that Neary called the cops because I was missing. Back to you guys.
Here's someone who has made a lot of memories with our senior class.
For your instruction this week, here's Masterpiece Theater.
Now it is time for Coach Rose recognition for seniors. Now without further ado, here is Coach Rowe.
Well, hey there, guys. How you doing this morning? Hope you're doing okay. Now, I'm specifically going to talk to the seniors. Now, this senior class is pretty special to me because you are my first class to teach. You see, my first year ever to teach was actually 4 years ago. Graduated from Tarleton, got a job here at Alvarado. So my first year as a teacher and at Alvarado was with you seniors. So I'm going to try to enlighten you on here's some wisdom for you as you go on into the world and some of you enter the college field. The first point I want to make is this. You know how Alvarado's super awesome and gives you that grading policy where you've got, 6 weeks to turn something in, and no matter what, the teachers are awesome and they actually care about you and want to, enhance your future and care about your education? Professors won't do that. These guys are usually older than dirt anyway, and so they're going to be like, hey, here's 3 tests. Your entire grade over the whole year is on these 3 tests, and there are no retests. So good luck. So make sure when you walk in and go to the professor going, but sir, I thought I had 6 weeks to turn this in. He's going to be like, there's the door. Go ahead and walk out. So make sure you're ready for that. Now, the second thing I want to tell you is this. Many of you are going to live on campus. And I encourage you to do so. You meet all your friends on campus. You're going to meet people you'll build a relationship with these people for the rest of your life. So let me encourage you and to give you some advice here for those living on campus. Many of you are going to get a card to be able to go eat at the dining hall on campus. Now, some of you might be thinking, hey, we're in a dining hall. They'll let me eat as much as I want. Well, be careful with that because they will kick you out. For those of you football players that think you can eat whatever and how much, the freshman 15 is a real thing. Some people have the freshman 30 or freshman 45. You see, you're away from home, you've got a dining hall pass, you're not running or working out nearly as much as what you did. Those pants will start getting a little tight for some of you freshmen. The freshman 15, it's a real thing, so watch out for that. Now, my third point is this. For those of you going off to college, some of you are going to want to join fraternities, some of you want to join sororities, and some of you might go play another sport, and you're going to build some great friendships in college. I still talk to a lot of my friends from college. But here's the deal. I hate to break your hearts on this, but a lot of your friends in high school, you're not going to talk to anymore. Like when you have your little graduation deal and everybody's hugging saying, I love you, I'll talk to you the rest of my life. We're going to be neighbors next to each other and we'll always love each other and I'll always be with you and we'll never break up or not be around one another. It's not going to happen. You know how many people from high school I talk to? One. And he went to college with me. So he technically doesn't count. So all these little friendships you have now, savor them because when you go to college, you're not going to care anymore. Oh, and another side note, don't wear your letter jacket in college. No one cares. No one cares you were all district, whatever, and the stud of the high school because now you're in college. Don't be that guy that wears his old leather jacket, okay? That's not a cool image to set. So understand, the friendships you make in college, those are the friendships you're going to hang out with the rest of your life. So kiss these guys goodbye, because after graduation, you'll probably never see them again until the 10-year anniversary or reunion when all of y'all gained a whole lot of weight and not quite met your goals. But that's okay. We'll get to that later. So guys, there's some advice for you as you're going off to college or moving on with the rest of your life. Enjoy it. Enjoy these last few days you have together, because once it's done, it's done. But make sure you come back. There's a lot of good teachers here that love you, and we want what's best for you, so come back and visit. Don't be strangers. But I'm very proud of you guys. It was awesome. I got to teach most of y'all, a lot of y'all, as freshmen. And no matter what you do, just keep your nose to the grindstone, keep working, and make your dreams come true. All right, we'll talk to you later.
This has been Rose Recognition. Now seniors, go out there and change the world.
A slight part of me might actually miss our next segment.
It's that time, isn't it?
Yes, it's Indian interview time.
They were singing, my, it's Indian interview time, where we interview some Indians and have a good time. So sit back and watch this interview time, 'cause it's Indian interview time, Indian interview time.
Hello and welcome to Indian Interview Time. I am Mr. Neary, and I have with me today, what is your name, sir?
Kyle LaPointe.
Kyle LaPointe. And Kyle, where are you from? What do you do?
I am from Fort Worth, Texas, and I am the operations manager for a construction company.
Operations manager for a construction company?
Yes, sir.
And is this your construction company he's talking about?
Yes, my name is Megan LaPointe, and I'm the owner of MCL Contracting. We specialize in tying reinforcing steel,
Okay.
which most people have never heard of, and that's rebar, which goes inside concrete.
And it goes and it makes the concrete stronger, so
Correct.
that it can take loads, and things like that. And so you guys make the steel that goes in that.
We don't actually make the steel, but
Okay.
we place it. We
place
place
the
it
steel.
according to plans
Okay.
that the engineers have designed.
Okay.
And we put it in the proper place and tie it together to make sure it'll stay sound until the concrete is poured.
Okay. Now, Megan, when you were in school, did you ever think, you know what I want to do with my life? I want to place restructured steel into concrete, How did you come about doing construction like this?
I did not think I would do that. When I was in high school, I knew I wanted to own my own business, but I had no idea what business that I wanted it to be.
Okay.
And, everyone tells you got to go to college, so I did that first.
Right.
And ended up selling rebar after college.
How did you just fall into that? How do you wind up just selling rebar?
Kind of, yeah, just fell into it. More word of mouth.
Okay.
Just knew somebody that was hiring, and then didn't actually take the job selling rebar, but as something else. And then the manager of the rebar sales operation quit, so I took that as an opportunity to take that position.
Slid right in.
Yeah.
I can sell rebar. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I met Kyle.
Yeah.
We met, and his family has a rebar installing business.
So you've been in the rebar business, like as a family, since maybe you were in high school thinking I want to sell rebar. Is that how that went?
Yeah, in our family, my dad started a rod busting company back in 1982 in Texas.
That sounds like a cool name. What do you do for a living? I'm in a rod busting company.
Right.
What's a rod busting company?
So, and that's the term, right? So what reinforcing steel, rebar, they're big metal chunks of bars, so they're called rod, and we bust rods. We put rods together, so we move them from one spot to another, and the term is called rod buster.
Are there apprenticeships for busting rods?
We have adapted an apprentice and training program where we push people through, and we try to make it happen in about 1.5 to 2 years.
That's pretty good. What type of money are we talking about? Somebody goes, they get in the apprenticeship program, they become a master rod buster. I mean, I don't know the term for it, what kind of what are they making when they get to that level?
We start out at $16.50 for an entry-level trainee at this point.
Wow, so that's just a trainee position.
That's correct.
Okay.
And we have a program where we'll bring you along to what our bare minimum rod buster wage is, which is $19.50.
Okay. Huge need for people to go, and they're needed in these skilled positions because you just can't find enough people. Is that what you guys are finding?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's
Tell me about that a bit.
It's very hard to find people who want to get into this trade, particularly, especially because it is physically demanding. I mean, once it's kind of like a new workout program, and the first month is the hardest, and then it's, gets easier and easier after that.
For somebody, maybe they're watching right now, they're in high school, they're not sure what they want to do, but they thought, that actually sounds pretty good. You kind of get a little bit of workout, the pay sounds really nice, and it's a skilled trade, so it sounds like you can go to really, after you gain that experience, you could go anywhere in the country really and have a job.
Sure.
For somebody who's, thinking about this, what is some advice you could give them?
Construction, it's a fun work environment. People, have a good time when they go to work. They leave tired. You go to sleep with a rewarding feeling of accomplishment. So.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's work hard, play hard, and work ethic is key. Being where you're going to be, where you say you're going to be when you're going to be there. Making sure that you arrive to work on time and still have a good time while you're there as well.
Finally, if anybody wants to, they're interested and maybe they want to contact maybe you guys or get more information about it, can you go ahead and give us any contact information about that?
Sure. We do have a email set up directly for hirees, and believe that's jobs@mclcontracting.com. Our main line is also 817-479-8505, and you can call the office as well.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming out all the way from Fort Worth, and it sounds like you're working in Dallas to come and talk to us. AHS, get out there, work ethic, be where you're supposed to be, and just work hard. Have a great day.
Well, if you're in the undecided group that we mentioned earlier, you could always get a job with any of those dirty job segments we featured.
Now it's time in which we highlight the skilled,
the funny,
the silly,
and the talented.
It's time for this week's
Shenanigans.
Now, Swizzle, yes, your mixtape is kind of mediocre. I will personally duel him.
Who could this gentleman be speaking of? I do not know any Swizzle, and I sure do not know of any mixtape. This man is clearly trying to garner attention to himself. But if I were in fact Swizzle, I would in fact accept his offer. But first, let me read you my favorite piece of literature, a poem by Anonymous. Ticky tick tock, everything stuck. Dem look little wuck. What your name? Me no know. Where you going? Nowhere. What you looking? Anything. Ticky tick tock, everything bruck. What a luck. No luck.
Hello, Swizzle. I've heard you accepted my challenge.
Who is Swizzle? That not me.
Prepare to lose in a battle of wits.
If you insist on pitting your knowledge against mine, then you will surely lose in a battle of wits.
Now I'll take you on a field trip to my favorite book, the biography of John F. Kennedy.
The non-fiction section of the library houses biographies like the one mentioned before. If you need help locating your book, please find a librarian.
Now answer me this. What was John F. Kennedy's middle name?
Steve Carell?
What? How could you possibly know?
Now that I've answered your question, it is time that I take you on a field trip of my favorite book.
Take this time to pause the video and select Sebastian's favorite book. Once you have made your selection, you may continue.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Wow, what a piece of literature.
Now that you answered me this, answer me this. What is the date that Arnold Schwarzenegger was elected to the governor of California?
September 12th, 2008.
That is incorrect.
He stumped me in 2 of my best categories. I must ask him one final question. Fine, Swizzle. Let's go to my other favorite book, Sword Art Online.
Oh, the mango!
Now it's time for my final question. How does Kirito destroy Aincrad?
I don't know. Come by the library and find out how.
The end.
So Colton, how are the sports going?
Well, let's find out in this week's Res Sports. Reagan Swaim and Bailey Deathridge competed at the state level and has had a great season all year. Good job, ladies. Justin Domain got second place at the state level. Good job. All of the sports here in Alvarado have had amazing seasons. Let's check out highlights of the year. All your senior athletes have had a great season. It went by fast. Just remember all the memories you've made competing with your school. And all you juniors, it will go by faster than you think. Make the most of every play you can. That's all for this week's sports. Back to you guys.
We're losing a bunch of great athletes, but gaining a lot as well.
But to continue the battle of the mangoes,
let's wig out for reading.
Hello, my name is Bradley LeGrand, and I am recommending this book. I am number 4. It is about a race of aliens who are called the Lurians, who come down from the planet Lurian after it has been destroyed by the Mogadorians to Earth, where they settle. There are only 9 of them left, and they have to develop powers eventually until they are strong enough to fight the Mogadorians off Earth while they're being hunted down practically their whole life. I would recommend this book because it's a series, and series are like a good thing, and it's just like a really good all-around book. It's very thrilling. Like you have a rush the whole entire time that you're reading it, and it doesn't really end. Like, it has a constant, like, great feel to it. It's a book that you can't put down.
Here's a word from our sponsor, Tribal Tees.
For all your shirts,
hoodies,
senior pictures,
and graphic design needs.
See Tribal Tees. Come join the tribe.
And now a word from our other sponsor, Johnson County Pipe.
Johnson County Pipe Supply is a family-owned and operated manufacturing company providing local jobs for over a decade. Our industry-leading position in the ever-growing construction industry is also seeking self-motivated, hard-working individuals with integrity. No experience necessary, just a willing attitude, and bilingual is a plus. So if you're looking to work in a year-round manufacturing, safe, friendly environment with competitive pay and full-time benefits, look no further than down the pipeline, just off 67 on County Road 209.
Tell them you saw this ad on the red.
An independent company, the Thompson Pipe Group. Must be 18 to apply, must apply in person.
And now for the last general announcements of the year.
Sunday, May 22nd is the Senior Baccalaureate at the First Baptist Church.
Monday, May 23rd is the Senior Awards at 7 here at the high school.
Wednesday, June 1st, seniors bring your cap and gown because we will be parading at the elementary schools.
Remember to be at the school by 8:30 a.m.
And June 2nd is our time, seniors. It's the last day of school and graduation.
There's a mandatory graduation practice at 10 a.m. and the high school will provide bus transportation to and from the practice, but you also can just drive.
And at 7 p.m. at the Wilkerson Greens Activity Center is graduation.
And for the last time, AHS, keep that purple pride alive. And until next time, I'm Kylie Douglas.
And I'm Carly Collins.
And this is
The Res.
phone. What can I do? Yeah, let me see. Is it girly? Oh gosh. Cover that up. Oh, I love Stitch though. Stitch is the bomb.
Now I'll take you on a field trip to my favorite book, Elmo Saves the Day. That's where Elmo saves the day.
Now that you answer me this, answer me this.
That is incorrect, brother.
The sweet fruit. No, Arnold Schwarzenegger and John Steve Carroll.
What? How could you possibly know?
I'm gonna make fun of Braxton Ford and his big old dorky glasses he always wears.
Oh, the mango! Mango, stop! Stop! The mango, Steve Carell, man!